Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, some men seem almost eager to help financially, gift you, or take care of things for you? Why does this happen? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology, emotions, and dynamics behind why men pay when women are stressed. Stick around, hit like, subscribe, and watch closely. This might change the way you understand relationships forever. Emotional relief becomes a priority. When a woman experiences stress, whether due to career pressures, financial struggles, family obligations, or personal challenges, men often feel a strong instinct to intervene. This instinct isn't purely about money, it's about providing emotional relief. Stress in a woman can signal to a man that she needs immediate support, and financial gestures often serve as the quickest and most tangible way to help. For instance, when a woman comes home after a taxing day at work, a man offering to take her out for dinner or handle an unexpected bill immediately reduces her stress levels. It's a small act, but its emotional impact is profound. The man sees the stress, feels a responsibility to alleviate it, and often chooses financial support as the most direct method. This response stems from a combination of empathy, love, and the desire to create comfort. The protective instinct in action. Men are naturally wired to protect and care for those they value. Stress often signals vulnerability, which can activate these protective instincts. When a man notices a woman struggling with mental or emotional stress, he may feel compelled to step in and fix the problem, or at least ease the burden. Paying for meals, handling errands, or covering small costs may seem materialistic on the surface, but it's a reflection of a deeper desire to provide stability and reassurance. For example, if a woman is juggling multiple responsibilities and becomes visibly overwhelmed, a man may pay for a service she cannot manage at the moment, like hiring a cleaner, ordering dinner, or taking care of bills. These actions reinforce his role as a protector and give both partners a sense of balance in the relationship. Positive reinforcement amplifies generosity. When a woman responds to his gestures with gratitude, appreciation, or a visible relaxation in mood, it reinforces the man's behavior. Men are psychologically wired to repeat actions that yield positive feedback, especially in relationships. This is why paying attention to a stressed partner and offering tangible support creates a cycle. He helps, she responds with gratitude, and he feels motivated to continue assisting. Over time, this strengthens the bond between the two, building trust and emotional intimacy. For example, a man who notices his partner stressed about bills might step in to help with a payment. If she responds with heartfelt appreciation, he experiences a sense of accomplishment and fulfillment, making him more likely to offer similar support in the future. Stress activates nurturing instincts. Men may not always express their nurturing side verbally, but it often manifests through action. When a woman is stressed, it can trigger these instincts. Financial gestures like paying for a meal or covering a personal expense are one of the most visible ways men can act on their desire to nurture. Even if the money spent is relatively small, the gesture demonstrates attention, care, and willingness to alleviate discomfort. For example, a man noticing his partner overwhelmed after a long week at work might surprise her with her favorite coffee or treat her to a relaxing dinner. These gestures are rooted in empathy, the desire to see someone he values, regain a sense of calm and happiness. Financial gestures give a sense of control. Stress can make both partners feel powerless. For men, offering financial support is often a way to regain control in a situation where emotional or external factors feel unpredictable. By paying for a meal, a service, or a small necessity, he reestablishes his sense of agency, which is psychologically rewarding. It's not manipulation. It's a natural response to wanting to make a difference. When men act, they feel competent and capable, which boosts their confidence while simultaneously providing relief to the stressed partner. This dynamic creates a positive feedback loop. He feels effective, she feels cared for, and the relationship strengthens. Stress signals a need for affection and attention. Stress is often a silent request for care and attention. Men perceive these cues instinctively. Paying for something during stressful moments becomes a clear, immediate way to answer that need. Beyond the financial aspect, it's a symbol of acknowledgement and validation. I see you, I notice you, and I want to ease your burden. For example, a man observing his partner frustrated by a demanding project at work might surprise her with lunch or handle a household chore she cannot manage that day. These gestures create a visible, tangible way to provide comfort, showing that he is attentive to her emotional state and wants to alleviate it. Strengthening emotional bonds. Acts of financial support are powerful because they reinforce emotional connections. Stress tends to magnify the significance of care and attention, making gestures more meaningful. When a man steps in to help during difficult moments, it signals reliability, concern, and investment in the relationship. Over time, these actions build trust, create emotional intimacy, and form a foundation for a healthy partnership. For instance, a man paying for a weekend getaway or a stress relief activity during a taxing month at work shows dedication to his partner's well-being, which deepens the bond between them. The psychological reward of helping men experience a strong psychological reward when they can help a woman in distress. Acts of generosity trigger dopamine, the feel-good hormone, creating satisfaction, pride, and a sense of accomplishment. When a man alleviates stress through financial gestures, he experiences emotional uplift. This reward system reinforces the behavior, making him more likely to continue providing support. For example, paying for a small but meaningful indulgence like a spa day or special dinner can generate mutual satisfaction. She relaxes, he feels valued and effective, and both share an elevated sense of connection. Presence over words. Stress highlights the importance of tangible support over verbal reassurances. While words of comfort matter, actions often carry deeper weight, particularly in high-stress situations. Financial gestures are visible, practical manifestations of presence and care. They demonstrate commitment and attention in a concrete way, showing that he is not just present emotionally, but actively participating in reducing her stress. A man covering a task or expense during stressful periods embodies this principle. He turns empathy into action, making a lasting impact. Masculinity and the provider role. Society often links masculinity to the ability to provide and protect. While modern relationships emphasize equality, these ingrained roles still influence behavior. Paying when a woman is stressed allows men to express care through a socially recognized medium, the provider role. This reinforces both his sense of identity and the emotional stability of the relationship. When done thoughtfully, it strengthens the bond, promotes mutual appreciation, and highlights a man's attentiveness. It's a blend of empathy, social conditioning, and relational investment. Stress amplifies appreciation. Interestingly, when a woman is stressed, the impact of financial gestures is amplified. During moments of calm, the same gesture might pass unnoticed or be taken for granted. However, during stress, the same act becomes monumental. It signifies attentiveness, effort, and understanding. For example, paying for a favorite meal during a stressful day can feel like a lifeline, creating a lasting memory of care and connection. Men intuitively understand this amplification and often act accordingly. The subtle power of timing. Timing matters. Men are more likely to respond to stress when it's acute rather than chronic. Immediate visible stress triggers an instinctive reaction, while long-term or subtle stress may not elicit the same response. This is why gestures like paying for something during a particularly rough day are more common. They address the stress in the moment and provide instant relief. Men recognize that these gestures have maximum impact when delivered at the right time. Mutual emotional growth. Finally, this dynamic fosters emotional growth for both partners. When a man supports a woman during stress, he develops empathy, attentiveness, and relational intelligence. The woman, in turn, experiences care, relief, and trust in the relationship. Financial gestures become more than material acts. They symbolize mutual understanding and emotional investment. Over time, this dynamic creates a cycle of care, appreciation, and reciprocal support that strengthens the relationship at a foundational level. Stress doesn't just affect your mood, it affects how men respond and why they pay. Understanding this secret gives you the power to navigate relationships and finances smarter. If this video opened your eyes, like, comment, and subscribe for more bold truths.